Welcome back, you degenerate watch addicts. Today I'm showing off my Oris Big Crown pointer date. Full confession, I had no idea that the name pointer date was because there is a hand literally pointing to the date until I received the watch. You'd think I would have put two and two together, but I was dropped too many times as a child. When I first saw the watch, I thought it was a GMT, so I just wanted to share that with you in case there's anyone else as dim as me and thought the same thing. Back to the watch, this is my very first Oris. What caught my attention was the coined bezel and substantially sized crown. The coined bezel gave the watch a decorative elegance, while the big crown still made it masculine in a way that appealed to me. In person, I hate to say it, but I found myself a little bit underwhelmed. I'm not going to say that I don't like it, because I do. I just think for the reputation that Oris has and the price I paid, I was expecting more. I say this watch is a mixture of strengths and weaknesses and definitely not a clear path towards a recommendation. So with that being said, I'll go over the details and you can see for yourself if it's worth it. Starting off with price, it's gonna vary online, but for brand new, you're looking at around $1,900. You can find it for less and you can find it for more, but $1,900 is the middle of those price fluctuations. Here are the dimensions. I'm mostly fine with it, but something about the proportions feels off on my wrist. It might be the lug to lug, but I feel like if this watch were maybe 5% smaller, it would be perfect. Keep in mind, that's me being super nitpicky. Most normal people are gonna be fine with it. I am a watch diva, so take my nitpickiness with a grain of salt. The watch is powered by a non-COSC Sellita based movement, so typical timekeeping performance and a 38-hour power reserve. The hardware is a sapphire crystal, a stainless steel case, a screw down crown, and a screw down caseback. All of this provides us with 50 meters of water resistance. Moving on to the dial, I really like what's going on here. The chapter ring, indices, and text all work well together. Nothing feels cluttered or mismatched. The date pointer adds a really fun and unique dynamic to the whole thing, and the cathedral hands play into that elegant look I was talking about earlier. What I like about the date pointer is how it instantly jumps to the next date. It's not a gradual change like the hour hand, and something about that instantaneous pop forward is very satisfying. If you're a fan of the classic aviator watch look, then this dial will be right up your alley. Here's the Lumeshot. It's decent, and I wouldn't call it long lasting. Just like with most other Swiss watches, the Lume game has much room for improvement. Let's just say you're not going to get anywhere near the levels of a $200 Chinese copycat watch, which is pretty sad. Here's a quick look at the crown. It has Oris embossed on it, which I think is a nice touch. The coined edge makes it easy to grab, but it also looks great next to the coined bezel. Operation is fine, and nothing here feels flimsy. Looking at the caseback, you're going to see a continuation of the coined edge theme here. You can also see the classic red Oris motor, and I like that a lot. It reminds me of the Rebel Alliance crest, which makes the watch that much more fun for me. The bracelet is pretty slick looking. The 7-piece links look good and classes up the watch. The busy nature of the bracelet complements the busy surface of the bezel, making the transition from the case to bracelet a smoother process. I really like that they employed a milled deploying clasp because it makes this somewhat dressy bracelet more rugged. The clasp also has plenty of micro adjustable positions, so there's no issue getting that perfect fit. Overall, I do think the Big Crown is a good watch. There's a decorative theme going on here that makes this watch stick out in an ocean of boring dress watches, and objectively speaking, there's nothing wrong with it. I'd say the biggest dilemma I have is that price. I would put this watch at around $1,000, and anything more than that is overpriced. Of course, I have featured many overpriced watches on my channel before without calling them out, so, what's the difference here? I guess all I can say is, for me, the Big Crown is lacking some kind of intangible X factor. What it has in aesthetic appeal, it lacks in physical density. And that might sound stupid, but that is something that matters to me when making my own personal judgment of quality. And again, none of these so-called weaknesses would be a big deal, but we're talking about an almost $2,000 watch, and at that level, my levels of forgiveness grow exponentially thin. Of course, this is just my opinion. There is no doubt that Oris watches hold their own within the watch community, and the Big Crown may very well tickle your fancy. So to that end, if it is something you're dead set on getting, then at the very least you will be receiving a reliable and fully functioning watch. So that's all I have to say for now. If you made it this far, a like and subscribe is always appreciated. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode. Bye.